I guess with the GFL then, what is like the big major catch for you guys? Because there's a lot of pushback. A lot of people think it's not really gonna like work. They're kind of against the team settings as well. So from a fighter's perspective, there's been a lot of you guys who have signed like you, Weidman, a lot of like big names, you know what I mean? Woodley. So what's making you guys all sign? Like Rockhold and shit like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my thing is like they have the funding for this season, right? So that's what I'm basing it off of. So they for sure have the capabilities to perform all the fights for this year. And for me, it's like I've been fucking crying about this most of my career being active, and the schedule that they have is like you're super active, like super active.
How
So it's
often?
pretty
Every
much
couple
like
months or something?
every other month, man.
Oh, okay.
So it's like I fight, then my teammate fights. You know what I mean? He fights the next month, and I fight that month, the next month. So for sure you're lined up with 3 fights mandatory
Okay.
within you know, and that's within what like
Regular season.
yeah, regular season.
If you make it to the playoffs, you get more fights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I guess ultimately was it that'll be 5 fights?
Probably something around there.
5 fights, which is like, hey, I'm all fucking for it.
And you
Like it
get paid
doesn't.
your contract for each one of those fights.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the biggest reason you wanted to sign then.
That and they're just the stuff they're offering, just the
Because
freedom,
there's
man.
revenue
Like,
share too that you didn't
yeah,
mention. There's insurance
yeah, there's all that, you know what
on
I
top
mean?
of
But
not exclusive contracts.
yeah. So, like I haven't it's there. I haven't experienced it yet, so I don't want to, you know, we can all hope for the best, you know what I mean? But I'm just going off of what's a for sure thing is I know for sure we'll be fighting, and I know for sure how much freedom you have in that contract. So that's how I'm like, I'm all for it. And the thing of it is like you want more promotions out there. You know what I mean? Like fans, I don't know, man. Fans are just fucking. It's funny because fans will be like, this shit's stupid and blah blah blah, and then this shit takes off, and then all of a sudden they're fucking, this is the shit. And you know what I mean? So it's just like I always take that shit with a grain of salt. I'm just like, you guys let the shit happen. Like more promotions is good. If you guys are for the fighters, more promotions are good.
Yeah, I
You know what I
agree.
mean?
I just want to see good promotions. And I think the
Yeah,
US is lacking that. I think internationally, there are some good promotions. I even think the PFL does better internationally than they do in America. But America, all there really is for MMA fans is the UFC. So I think there
yeah,
is a market for it. We just need to get a good organization that can last.
yeah,
And I guess they have the funding for this year guaranteed.
yeah.
How do you know that? Is it because they gave you a check or something like that?
No, 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 no. Like, well, like when you're going into these type of things, and you really, you want to see like proof of funds, and then that type of stuff, just to know, just so a bunch of people aren't just signing, and then you're like, and they're like, oh, now we got to get the money to put the
So they
shows on.
provided a proof of funds. They like showed you or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. So there's proof of funds for sure. So